Several city centre roads will close this weekend as thousands of Santas take to the streets to raise money in a charity run. Last year, the 5K Santa Dash attracted more than 8,000 people to Glasgow who all donned their red suits to raise vital funds for various charities. The event has been going since 2006 and it is estimated that more than £350,000 has been raised for charity by those taking part. The following roads will close to all traffic from 5 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Sunday. There will also be parking, loading and unloading restrictions from 3 p.m. on Saturday to 4 p.m. on Sunday on the same roads. The roads affected include A814 Clydeside Expressway eastbound on-ramp from Finnieston Street, A814 Clydeside Expressway westbound off-ramp to Finnieston Street, Anchor Lane, Anderston Quay between Lancefield Quay and Broomielaw, Argyle Street between Finnieston Street and Elliot Street, Argyle Street between Hope Street and Union Street, Blythswood Street between Blythswood Square and St Vincent Street, Bothwell Street between Wellington Street and Hope Street, Broomielaw, Eastbound, between Anderston Quay and Oswald Street, Broomielaw, Westbound, between Anderston Quay and Jamaica Street, Buchanan Street between Argyle Street and West George Street, Cochrane Street, Douglas Street between Bothwell Street and St Vincent Street, Dundas Lane, Dundas Street between West George Street and Dundas Lane, Elliot Street between Houldsworth Street and Argyle Street, Finnieston Street, Southbound, between Lancefield Quay and Argyle Street, George Square, all sides, Hanover Street, Holland Street between West George Street and St Vincent Street, Hope Street between Waterloo Street and St Vincent Street, Ingram Street, Westbound, between Queen Street and Glassford Street, Jamaica Street, Northbound, between Midland Street and Argyle Street, Lancefield Quay between Finnieston Street and Anderston Quay, Mitchell Street between Mitchell Lane and Argyle Street, Montrose Street, Northbound, between Ingram Street and Cochrane Street, Nelson Mandela Place, Newton Street between Argyle Street, A814, and Anderston Quay, Newton Street between Elmbank Crescent and St Vincent Street, North Hanover Street between Cathedral Street and George Square, North Street between St Vincent Street and Sauchiehall Street, Oswald Street between Broomielaw and Argyle Street, Pitt Street between Bothwell Street and West George Street, Queen Street between St Vincent Place and Argyle Street, Renfield Street between West George Street and Gordon Street, Renfield Street between West George Street and Union Street, South Frederick Street, St Vincent Place, St Vincent Street from St Vincent Place to Finnieston Street, Union Street between Gordon Street and Argyle Street, Wellington Street between West George Street and St Vincent Street, West George Street between West Nile Street. For more on this story, visit the news article link.